The width of a rectangular garden is 10 feet. Complete the table below to help find an expression that describes the area in square feet of the garden if the length is L feet. Show the arithmetic to help you see a pattern. And then in part B, evaluate the expression you found in part A for L equals 18. What does your result mean in this situation? So let's think about our problem here. We're told that we have a rectangular garden. Now anytime I have a problem that's talking about a particular shape, it's always really helpful for me to actually just sketch out a little picture just so I'm clear what's going on, because I'm pretty visual. So if I draw a little rectangle here to represent my garden, and they tell me that the width is 10 feet, so I can go ahead and label that here. I can say that the width equals 10 feet. And I'm just going to use the little mark there for feet. Then the table is going to start giving me some different lengths, but the lengths are going to vary. So right now I can't say exactly what the length is going to be. But once I'm given a length, they're going to ask me to calculate the area in square feet. So we have to remember how we would find the area of a rectangle. And you might remember that to find the area of a rectangle, we need to take the length times the width. That's how you find the area of a rectangle. So let's see what we can do with this problem. In the first row here of my table, they're telling me that the length is 5 feet. So if the length is 5 feet, the width hasn't changed, right? The width is always going to be 10 feet. So if the length is 5 feet and the width is 10 feet, remember that the area is the length times the width. So that would give us a total of 50 square feet. Okay, using the formula over here for the area, that area is the length times the width. Well, what if the length changes? What if the length is now 8 feet instead of 5 feet? Well, we're just going to make a little change in our calculations here. Now the length is 8 times the width, which is still 10. The width isn't changing, only the length is changing. And so that would give us an area of 80 square feet. And notice up here it tells us that it's in square feet. Actually it says field, but it should say feet. Let's fix that there. Okay. So we don't have to necessarily write square feet down here. Okay, because that information is already listed here at the top of our column. If the length is 10 feet, well, the length is 10 times the width, which would also be 10. So notice that this would give us a square garden, which a square is a particular kind of a rectangle. 10 times 10 would be 100 square feet. Now our garden's getting even bigger. We've changed the length to 13. 13 for our length. Our width is still 10, so that would give us 130 square feet for our area in that case. So now that we've done this with some very specific lengths, let's generalize it. Let's say that instead of knowing what the length is, it's just some unknown length, L. Well, what did we do with our lengths when we knew it? Each one of these problems, we took the length, and then what did we do with the length? We multiplied by 10. We did that in every single one of these problems. So we're going to do exactly the same thing here. We're going to write our final answer as L times 10. And we could also write it as 10L. Okay. Either one of those would be a fine way to write our expression. So that's the expression. Remember, up here we were being asked to find an expression. Now that we've found our expression, we're going to evaluate that expression for L equals 18. So let's write down our expression, the expression that we found, L times 10. And then they said evaluate that for L equals 18. So we're going to take out the L, we're going to ship it out, and in its place we're going to put in the 18. 18 is going to get multiplied by 10. And when we do that multiplication, we're going to come up with 180. What does our result mean? Well, our result means that the area is 180 square feet if the length is 18 feet.